Welcome back to Subrosia, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda. Excuse me for a second. Let's play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Don't want to get bombarded by volcano fire while I'm doing my little intro monologue. In the previous episode, we took care of a few side quests, then went all the way from Haron Village to Spool Swamp in the western reaches of Holodrum. And after a couple detours and dying a couple times along the way. But enough about that. We found ourselves back in Subrosia, and now our objective is to get the means to control another season. And as you can see, this is not a part of Subrosia we've been to before. So it looks like our first objective before finding out how to do that other main objective is to figure out what to do here. And clearly it doesn't involve crossing that gap, because we certainly don't have the means to do that. What do you say? Rumors tell the precious red ore and blue ore. If you mix the two, you get unbelievably hard ore. But it's a secret. Apparently now it's a secret to everybody. But you see, that's not all there is on this screen, because logistics. That was bugging me a little late last episode. Because you see, with the shovel we've newly obtained, we can dig in Subrosia as well and pick up ore chunks, etc. Like that red one, worth 5. I don't believe no, the red one's worth 10, correct? I don't believe I quite mentioned that the first time we were here because it never came up. However, you see, when you dig, you can rarely come across a piece of gold ore worth 50. And they are usually found in a handful of very specific locations throughout Subrosia. And now that we have a shovel, we can obtain some of them. I'll be pointing those out as we go along, just keep them in mind. Because, you see, there is something we can use them for. There just so happens to be a Subrosian market right here. And it's just a little different from your typical market. They run on a bit of a bartering system, you see. That is not a good example of it. That's just 10 ore chunks for what they believe are 3 peaches. That kind of raises some questions, you know. It makes you wonder how exactly recovery hearts work. I mean, if they work differently enough for another species that they mistake them for fruits. Anyway, so you can buy a handful of things here. In fact, you can actually buy the local currency if you have 20 Gale Seeds, but we don't have those. And so you can you'll be able to purchase these things for various things. Sometimes seeds, sometimes ore chunks, sometimes other things, etc. But let's take a look at the elephant in the room right here. Can you believe they think this is a rare peach stone? Well, we just so happen to have the means to trade for it, and so just like that, we have another piece of heart, which Link just holds upside down like that. And just like that, we now have enough to get a full heart container. So yeah, now we're walking around with one more thing of health than we would have otherwise. Very nice, isn't it? What about this ribbon here? This seems very plot important. Hey, take a look at that. The outline of the ribbon and the outline of Link's nose kind of fit in perfectly. It's like... Anyway, we'll trade this cute ribbon for star-shaped ore. Find one key item. Wait, there we go. Find one key item, trade it for another. Looks like we'll have to come back once we find some star-shaped ore. So what does this sign have to say? Hot springs to the north, seaside to the south. And hey, wait a minute, this is the other end of those 2 locked doors that we were off on the other side of this the first time here. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Perhaps we'll find a way to unlock those sometime soon? What do you have to say? Lately, Subrosia Market has begun carrying lots of weird things. I think they get it all from the temple. Rosa, the pop star, has been seen around here a lot lately. Rosa's key can open any door, even ones in the temple. Well, that's interesting. So that could be our means to getting into that one part of that one tower in the Temple of Seasons that's behind a locked door. What do you have to say, buddy? You can find star-shaped ore in the sands around here. Well, that's convenient, isn't it? How about you? Let's talk to the NPCs. I heard Rosa lost a ribbon. Ah, it's starting to come together now. Looking for something else she'll like. Whoop. I wish I could go on a date with Rosa just once. How do I get her interested? Yeah, things are coming together pretty quickly now, aren't they? I'm gonna give Rosa something she likes so she'll date me. Although can't say I exactly agree with bribing someone into dating. Perhaps if she hears that we kind of need that key to open some very important things involving saving the world, maybe she'll understand. Rosa's mystical necklace opens locked doors. Celebrities get the best toys. And then south of here, Rosa herself. Turns out she was the one that we followed into Subrosia in the first place. My name's Rosa. My favorite ribbon floated out to sea. I wanted to go explore the temple, but I can't go out like this. Celebrity vanity. But regardless, if we can find some star-shaped door, we can get her another ribbon. And I bet you're wondering, hey, wait a minute, these trees kind of clash with the aesthetics of the sand and the tile set used here. And you're right. But in fact, this screen does actually seem to be a nod to the screen where you find Marin in Link's Awakening. Which is rather interesting considering Link's Awakening takes place after the Oracle games, according to the Zelda timeline. So this is technically the first time we've seen a setup like this. Which just raises further questions, I guess, but, anyway. So normally you'd think you'd have to dig up this entire damn beach. Whoa! Okay. You see, I was under the impression the star-shaped ore showed up in the same place every time. So, not only did it not, it popped up in the second place I dug. What are the odds of that? You see, as far as I knew, it always showed up kind of somewhere along this area, right in these 4 spots next to the fence here. But apparently, wow, what are the odds of that? So, okay, then let's head over to the market. And yeah. And if you notice, the heart piece here has been swapped out for a ring. You'll be able to buy, okay, this is interesting. You see, they only stock a limited number of rings. You can only get 4 of them before they start stocking something else instead, and the price goes up every time you buy one. Next time, they'll be charging 40 ore chunks for the rings, and I believe it'll be 60 and then 80. We'll see that later, though, so don't worry. And now we have the star-shaped ore we need to trade for this ribbon. We can't use it, but we know someone who can. But wait, we're not done here. Because in place of the ribbon is a bomb bag upgrade. But wait a minute, we're 30 ore chunks short. We're going to have to come back. Just a minute, folks. I'm going to go dig up some money. Oh, okay. That right there. That pops up occasionally when you're... Okay, yeah, fireballs, really. That pops up occasionally when you are digging in Subrosia compared to the beetles and ropes. That is called a fire pokey. No, seriously, that's what it's called. It's like a fire version of the pokey enemies from... Okay, I didn't know they disappeared eventually, but apparently that's the thing they can do. They normally take 3 hits to kill, so they're just more of a pain than an actual threat unless you stop and monologue about them. I'll see you guys once I have another 23 ore chunks. And we're back, and with at least 50 ore chunks in tow. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm 2 bombs short. Well, this is great. How are we gonna pull this off? I suppose we're gonna have to do a little finagling in a bit. For now, let's just go deliver this ribbon to Rosa. Okay, I think I know how to take care of that. I think if I just kind of get lucky with some pickups up in the overworld, I should be able to get 2 bombs. That's not going to be too much of a problem. Just a minor nuisance. Hey, Rosa. What a cute ribbon. Is it for me? Fortunately, it is. Wow, thank you. Ah, that looks a little better, doesn't it? Since you're so nice, I'll go on a date with you. Let's go look in that temple. And so now we are, quote, dating this Subrosian. I mean, on one hand, not all that interested in her, but on the other hand, considering that date involves doing something she wants to do, I think she seems to get the whole celebrity, quote, date thing. But anyway, in fact, if you talk to these other Subrosians while she's following you around, some of them will say different things. You and Rosa? No way! You're not on a date, are you? And once again, I pressed the A button one too many times. But, well, now that we have a key, we can open this up. This does go a little, this shortcut does go a little slower than you might wish it to, especially since you gotta walk around that lava, but now we are in the northern part of Subrosia. And not only do we have Rosa with us, we have a shovel. Let's see, I forget, do any of you, no, you don't say anything different. I swear a couple of these guys do. No, he doesn't. Maybe it's just the southern Subrosians that care about all the celebrity stuff, huh? But anyway, you see, now that we're in this area, I don't think Rosa would mind too much if we take a little bit of a detour. Because up here in this spot, this other spot, there's another piece of gold ore. And we only had to take one hit and lose a quarter heart to do it. And that's not all, because if we take the long scenic route around here, this music's kind of catchy if it's a little, if a little repetitive. But you see off to the east here in this dead end, that's not it. There's another one. So you can pick up 3 pieces of gold ore for 150 chunks in total, just as soon as you get the shovel. Well, actually, you can get 2 of them as soon as you get the shovel if you want to backtrack. The third one, you have to get into that southern part of Subrosia that you can only access from Spool Swamp. But anyway, we're going to head over to this northwestern tower. And thanks to Rosa, we can open this up. Bit of a mini maze. I wonder if the seasoned spirits mind if she tags along. I bet she finds this place pretty interesting, to be honest, if she was, she wanted to come here in the first place, so I'm sure she's got a bit of a flair for adventure. I mean, what person wouldn't find this interesting? I mean, there's this strange mystical place underground. Well, it wasn't underground. Strange mystical place that houses some kind of lesser deities. And the rocks here are orange. I mean, come on. You have come, adorable hero. I am the spirit of summer. In summer, vines grow tall and creeks dry up. Remember that. Ancient Hyrulean legends say the hero destined to overthrow evil has a triangle on his left hand. Perhaps you are this hero. Now, I shall grant you the power of the spirit of summer. Apparently Rosa has chopped liver. But hey, the Rod of Seasons has been blessed with a summer day. Climb atop a stump to call forth summer, and that is exactly what we needed. So now we're gonna make our way down here. The sprite for the little area once you picked up a rock, that doesn't look all that pretty. I guess it must not have been designed to be compatible with this tile set. So, that is all of the required things we have to do here in Subrosia. But there is a little more we still want to do. But to do that, first I'm going to have to get back to the southern half of Subrosia and pick up a whole lot more ore chunks. See you in a minute. Or several. Fortunately, that didn't take quite as long as I thought it might. So now, we're going to go ahead and clean out the rest of these rings. Wait a minute, did that one costed 40? How much did the first one cost? Did I misread? Okay, this one's 50. Then 70, okay. And that should be the last one. So I'm gonna come back in here. Yeah, they're selling ember seeds instead. 4 of them for 5 ore chunks, which is honestly kind of a ripoff. So now we have a lot of rings to show Vasu next time we're in town. We would be done here, but we do not want to pass up. We do not want to pass up on that bomb bag upgrade. So we're gonna have to find a way to get 2 bombs. So let's check out the overworld for just a bit, shall we? Your quote date with Rosa lasts as long as you remain in Subrosia. So see you for now. Now let's see if we can't pick up a couple more bombs. Actually, wait, did we just... Wow! Okay, I'm actually getting lucky for once. So, we actually do need just a few more ore chunks to afford the rest, to cover that bomb upgrade, so just a second. I dig my hole, you build a wall. There we go. Okay, that should be just enough. So now let's take this short path up from the beach over to the market. Kind of convenient that they put it in a place right next to a spot where it's easy to pick up a lot of ore chunks. So this should be enough, shouldn't it? And yes, it's just enough. We're going to be broke after this, but... Don't worry, folks. He's not hurt. Now we can carry up to 30 bombs at a time, and you can bet that's going to be more. You can bet that's going to come in handy in spots where we need to use a lot of them at once. So... complications aside, we got quite a bit done. We explored all we could of Subrosia for now. We, hold on a second, I'm losing my train of thought. We, found star-shaped ore through unusual means that we used to, have Rosa go on a quote-quote date with us. so that we could reach the Tower of Summer and obtain the power to the power to summon summer at will, as long as we're on a tree stump. And so now, wait a minute. Actually, we should show that off, shouldn't we? Bad time to be getting lost. Uh-oh. This isn't gonna happen again, is it? Stay there, Ricky. It happened again. Okay, Pincers, you are officially public enemy number 1. You know, the worst part is, that's all from going the wrong way. I gotta go this way if I want to head back to the north part of the swamp. Ugh. Okay, I don't want to talk about that. Don't say the word pincer to me, please. But now we had the power to create summer. And with that and summer brings a variety of things to it. Yeah, that sounded nice. But the important thing for now is the fact that it makes certain vines grow in certain places, and now we have our means to get up to the entrance of that dungeon. And so now, for real this time, next time in Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, we're going to be entering level 3. See you guys then.